Carter took that advice to heart last night, didn't he?
Well, he was out here working very hard before the game, and it really pays dividends. And Travis is a good hitter. I think he needs a little confidence, but I think last night was the best he swung the bat all year long, and hopefully that's a good sign of things to come. Seems like he always plays well against the Minnesota Twins this year, 5 for 16, the home run, 3 ribbies. But you've got to get Travis Hafner going if you're going to get the offense going. We always knew he was going to be a key to this team.
For the Indians tonight on the mound, it's Justin Masterson. And the last time he faced these Twins in Minneapolis, well, the defense cost him, and then things got ugly.
Well, this is an inning he could have got out of right there on a double play ball, went right between the legs of Cabrera. Then he, throws a wild pitch. He got an error on that ball right there. It wasn't his error, but it ended up being a big inning. It ended up costing the Indians a ball game. But Justin Masterson looking for his first win this year. Hopefully he can get it against the Twins. He's got to pitch very good against left-handers. He's going up against Jeff Manship, who was just called up. This will be his 6th Major League start.
Manship so far this year at AAA was 2-2 with a 348 earned run average. Rick and I will be back with all the play-by-play action here at Progressive Field coming up next. Really looks like it's going to be a pleasant evening for baseball as the Indians and the Twins continue this 3-game series here tonight. As Justin Masterson, seeking his first win of the year, will pitch for the Tribe against just called up Jeff Manship of the Minnesota Twins. Before the Indians take to the field, let's take a look at Ron Gardenhire's starting 9. It will be Denard Span, Orlando Hudson, Jason Kubel, and Justin Morneau. So 4 left-handed bats to start it out. Then you've got the right-handed hitting Michael Kadire, our old pal Jim Thome hitting 6th, then J.J. Hardy, Drew Butera, and Nick Punto batting 9th.
Today's starting pitcher brought to you by Indians Team Shops, where if you spend $50, you'll get 2 Tribe tickets. Starter is Justin Masterson, making his 5th start. He is 0-3, a 5.68 ERA. Justin looking for his first win this year, and he could desperately use one. Masterson, in his start against the Twins a couple of starts ago, went 4 innings, gave up 5 hits. You remember, it was an error that cost him 3 unearned runs in that ball game. And Justin's going to get a look at 6 left-handers in that lineup, where this year left-handers hitting 486 against him. So we'll see if he can maybe keep them at bay. Let's take a look at the Home Depot doing more on defense. Indians defensive lineup. It's Kearns in left, Sizemore in center, Chu is in right. Peralta at third, Cabrera at short, Gruzelanek at second, Branyan is at first, with Lou Marson behind the plate. More savings, more doing. That's the power of Home Depot.
And the umpires tonight, Wally Bell will call the balls and strikes. Laz Diaz at first, John Hirschbeck at second, and James Hoy down at third. Minnesota comes in 15-8 on the year. Started the day with a 1.5 lead over Detroit in the AL Central. Indians currently in third place, 9-13, 5.5 games off the pace. Joe Mauer is not in the starting lineup tonight for the Minnesota Twins. He bruised a heel on this play last night, trying to leg out an infield hit. Watch him at the very end as he reaches for the bag. And on that play, bruised his heel. And so with that, he's listed as day-to-day. Ron Gardenhire and the Twins, though, taking no chances. They've called Wilson Ramos from AAA Rochester, and they expect that after the game tonight, starting pitcher Jeff Manship will go back. They'll activate Ramos to give him a little protection there behind the plate, because Ron Gardenhire says, you know, with a heel injury, that's that touchy area. You don't want to push it. You want to mess around and make it worse.
Well, that's one thing they teach you when you're running through first base. Never jump at the bag or try and, get up there. That stay straight and go through the bag. And
is that because you can hit it awkwardly?
Yes, you can hit the bag awkwardly. Yes, you can twist an ankle. So you just make sure you stay straight. Don't jump at it.
Denard Span was 0 for 4 last night, but he was on base a couple of times, once via walk, once via fielder's choice, and scored 2 runs. Line drive. Oh, just over the head of a leaping Asdrubal Cabrera. And Denard Span aboard to start the game for the Twins.
Boy, a pretty good approach. Denard Span, a very good leadoff hitter. He takes the walk. He gets a high fastball out over the plate from Masterson and stayed on it. Didn't try to pull it. And for Justin Masterson, if he's going to be successful tonight, he's got to get that sinker down and away to the left-handers and really locate it there. I think one of the problems he has had this year is consistently repeating his delivery and finding the zone. It's been very inconsistent. He averages about 20 pitches per inning, and that's not very good.
Hard to get deep into the game.
Yes, it is. And he's one of the guys that hasn't been able to take him deep into the game for Manny Acta.
Orlando Hudson looks at a first pitch strike. Early in the ball game has been a calling card of the Minnesota Twins, and it's been the Achilles heel of the Cleveland Indians. In the first 3 innings of their season series so far, Minnesota's outscored the Tribe 13-2.
Well, that's been the difference. I mean, in the games, the Indians have been able to play catch-up, and Minnesota's been pitching very well against the Tribe this year. I remember a couple of years ago, it was the Indians that played well in the first 3 innings, but it was Minnesota 7 through 9 where they came back to win.
There's Justin Morneau, who will bat 4th this inning should he reach that spot in the order. Hudson with a ground ball single into right field. And Span will stop at second. So back-to-back singles for the Twins to open play here tonight. Just a simple case where Hudson got a ball to pull, and he pulled it right between first and second base. Big hole over there.
Yeah, you can see when Branyan holding them on, there's that big hole. You don't have to hit it all that hard, but Span can't get to third base, so it's first and second. And Minnesota on a roll.
And now Jason Kubel, 2 for 5 last night. But that was down in the order with Joe Mauer out. He bumps up to the 3rd spot. And takes the first pitch strike. Jason Kubel last year was one of just 7 players in the big leagues with 25 or more homers, 35 or more doubles, 100 or more ribbies, and a 300-plus batting average. And he's only one of 3 players to ever do it in Minnesota Twins history. And he's in a pretty good spot here with 2 aboard, nobody out. But Masterson gets ahead quickly, 0-2. See if Justin can get one of those double play balls. Swung on and missed. He gets his first strikeout, and that's out number 1.
See, I love that pitch by Masterson when he had him down in the count. He goes inside. Let's see if it's a strike. That's that slider down and in. That's when he can get the left-handers to swing at that pitch, when he can stay ahead in the count. When he's behind in the count, that's the pitch they will lay off. So the key for him is to try and get to 1-2, 0-2, and then go to work, and you can show some of the left-handers that pitch inside.
Justin Morneau, 1 for 4 last night. That one was a big one, a 2-run, 2-out homer in the first inning. And he hit it a ton to straightaway center field.
He sure did. I mean, you know, and it wasn't that bad of a pitch. When I looked at the replay, and Morneau, he was like 0 for his last 18 here at Progressive Field, dating back to last year before he hit that home run.
Well, when you look at Morneau, with the long arms and the bat and the reach he has, he can hit bad pitches and still hit them a long way, can't he?
Well, and he's strong. He can go to straightaway center field is right.
Masterson got ahead of Kubel 0-2. Now he's ahead of Morneau 0-2. And he puts him away with a strikeout. Back-to-back punch-outs for for Justin Masterson.
See that? He comes in and they swing at balls. Now hitters 0 for 12 when Masterson gets ahead of him 0-2 in the count. We gave you that stat last night with Carmona. They were 0 for 21. We're 0 for 22. Masterson now, that's 0 for 12. With hitters are down in the count 0-2. And both left-handers swung at a pitch out of the zone.
Well, you talked about it right at the outset of the telecast. When this guy gets ahead in the count, it's a whole different story.
Yes, it is. So he's really got to concentrate on that first pitch strike.
And especially, in particular, to the left-handed hitters. You know, it's one thing to fall behind a right-handed hitter because he's still got a lot of ways to go at him. But with those left-handed hitters, if he can get ahead in the count, then he maybe tips the scales more in favor of himself.
Oh, absolutely right. Absolutely right.
1-0 pitch.
You know, he's that guy. He's had no problem with right-handed hitters. He's awfully nasty. He's got to work on it. He was working in his last couple of starts trying to get inside the left-handers. I think that inside pitch, he should really refine that command on the down and away side of the plate to the left-handers to get ahead, and then show them in when they get to the 2 strikes, the 0-2, 1-2 pitches. That's when you get your swings.
Up the middle. Great stop by Asdrubal Cabrera, and that saves a run.
Yes, it does. Perfect.
Bases are loaded, but the Twins still have not scored. If that gets past Cabrera, Span scores easily.
Well, with 2 outs, any infielder, you're taught to knock the ball down and do whatever you can to keep it on the infield, and that's exactly what Cabrera does. He comes out there, keep it on the infield. It wasn't hit that hard. He just wasn't going to get anybody. You just hold the baseball, they move up a base, and you give Masterson a chance here. So a good play to just keep it on the infield.
And with the bases loaded and 2 down, Jim Thome will come to the plate. DHing tonight. Batting .256 on the year coming in. And Masterson's pitch is up high for ball 1. Jim Thome, 12th on baseball's all-time home run list. 1 behind Rafael Palmeiro with 568 career dingers. Swung on and missed, and a good fastball from Masterson right there to even the count at 1-1. Indians with a 3-man shift on the right side with Thome at the plate. And it still gets past Grzelcyk, and the Twins will score 2. Jim Thome delivers a 2-out, 2-run single, and just like last night, the Twins strike with 2 outs here in the first inning.
Boy, you're right. That's when they did their damage with 2 outs, and they come right back again tonight. And that first 3-inning mastery continues for Minnesota the first 5 games this year against the Indians. Thome looked like he picked on that breaking ball, and look at that. You figure, how can he get a ball through there? Very easily. He hit it hard and found the right hole. Span, Hudson come in to score. Keeps the inning going after he got the back-to-back strikeouts of Kubel and Morneau.
And so with 2 down, Twins at the corners, and J.J. Hardy, the 7th man to bat in the inning, looks at ball 1. Hardy cuts and misses. 1 for 4 last night for J.J. Hardy. And the 1-1 got a piece of that. And it also got a piece of Marson. But he's all right. A ball and 2 strikes. Well, you talked about averaging 20 pitches an inning, and he's at 21 now.
Well, that's about his average. He's a little over 20 per inning, and that's just something that, man, you're working right from the start.
The 1-2. And part of that is because he has swing and miss stuff.
Right.
So it's hard to put the ball in play.
Exactly. Unlike when we watch Mitch Talbot pitch, he comes out there and he sinks it, he cuts it, he changes speeds. They can put the ball in play, and we've seen him have a 6-pitch, 8-pitch, under 10. But you're right, swing and miss, it will do it.
High chopper off the plate. Masterson with the flip, and the inning is over. But Minnesota with 2 out runs takes a 2-0 lead, and now the Tribe will take their bats to the presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians.
Well, just called up for this start. Jeff Manship making the start, 6th career start. He made 4 down in Rochester. He's a 4-pitch pitcher. He's got the sinker, a slider, curveball, changeup. He pitches to contact. He's got pretty good control, and he doesn't really give up the long ball. So he will make the start tonight. Matter of fact, his first major league appearance came against the Indians of last year.
Outside, 1-1 the count on is Drupal Cabrera. 2 for 4 in last night's ball game.
He made 3 different stops last year, starting in Double-A. New Britain, went to Triple-A Rochester. And then up to the big leagues after they put Kevin Slowey on the disabled list is when he made his appearance here in Cleveland, and then went into the starting rotation when Liriano came out.
And Cabrera out looking to start the game.
Looked like it was a little cutter or a slider inside. A good pitch because Cabrera usually handles that inside part of the plate very well. There it is, a slider. Straight down, very good pitch. Locked him up, really. It had late break, and it goes straight down instead of moving in to the hitter's hands.
Grady Sizemore takes a strike at the knees. High and wide to even the count.
Jeff Manship, a 25-year-older, 6'2", 210, in San Antonio, Texas.
And like so many of the Twins pitchers who come through their system and get to the big leagues, he's a strike thrower, at least.
Well, that's exactly right. That's what every one of them do. They're last in the league. They do not walk hitters.
Back-to-back strikeouts to start the game for Manship, who struck out 13 and walked only 3 in his 4 starts at AAA.
Well, I said he's not a strikeout pitcher, but he is right now. Let's check out the Twins' defense behind him tonight. Kubel, Span, and Kadire in the outfield. On the infield, Punto just coming off the DL. He's at third. Hardy at short. Hudson at second. Morneau at first. And behind the plate is Butera.
Shin-Soo Choo with 2 down and the bases empty. Looks at ball 1. Choo 0 for his last 6, but has been one of the Indians' hot hitters, especially at home where he's batting .458.
Second in the league. We haven't been home.
That's true. After that only counts 7 games.
I know. The amazing thing, we're May 1st already, and this is our 7th home game. So we came in and played our first 6 and been on the road for most of it. So some of these guys have got to settle in and still get used to this ballpark and to get acclimated to home.
Manship with the 1-2, and Choo fouls it back. Twins have won 3 out of 4 to start the season series against the Indians. And Choo strikes out.
This guy,
Jeff Manship, fans the side in the first.
I retract my statement.
Baseball is brought to you by Subway. Play hard, eat fresh. By Continental Airlines. Work hard, fly right. And by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers.
Cloudy but dry here in downtown Cleveland. Drew Butera, Twins catcher, takes a strike.
Man, how about in this series, and of course just started, but the leadoff hitters for Minnesota in this series, 3 for 7 with 3 walks, and they've scored 5 runs. So they haven't been able to keep the leadoff man off base.
And you're talking about leading off an inning, not necessarily just Denard Span.
No, not Denard Span.
Yeah.
Leading off the inning. The Minnesota hitters, they've been on base making left turns.
Well, it has not been a good start to the series. I mean, you get down 5-zip early last night, down 2-0 right out of the gate here this evening.
Well, Minnesota got off to a terrific start this year. They won their first 6 series that they played before getting beat 2 out of 3 in Detroit. So they're off to a very good start. They're in that new ballpark. They're having great crowds, and they've been on the road. They've weathered this storm, and they head back home for a nice 9-game homestand when they leave here. That beautiful new ballpark, they're going to have a lot of fans this year to back them, a lot like this place when it opened back in 1994.
By the way, speaking of Detroit, which handed the Twins that series loss prior to coming here to Cleveland, Detroit's now won 4 in a row, and they have 15 wins equal to Minnesota's 15 victories.
You know, they're surprising right there because some of their young players, like Jackson, the center fielder they got in that trade for Granderson, playing very well.
Tigers have won 8 out of 11 now. Bouncing ball foul, wide of third.
Well, in this Central Division, it should go a ways. I mean, from the teams that we played right now, Minnesota looks like the most complete team, I think, that we've seen. And it's still early. And you can always catch a team that's hot early.
Third strikeout for Justin Masterson as Butera is out looking. Tonight's injury report brought to you by the attorneys at Friedman, Damiano & Smith. When you're injured, depend on them. Find Friedman, Damiano & Smith online at fdslaw.com. Popped back out of play by Nick Punto. With 1 out here in the second inning.
Punto just coming off the disabled list. On April 23rd, they retroed it to April 16th. He had a right hip flexor, a strain. So he and Harris have been splitting duties playing third base. So Punto, the switch hitter, they've done that with him everywhere over the years. He's played shortstop. He's played second base. He's a very good defender. You know, offensively, he's certainly not what you would look at as a third baseman, but the guy, he's always in the middle of things.
Here's the 1-1. And a strike call to the outside corner.
Well, Detroit won again today. Did you already say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Line drive to center. Sizemore coming in, makes the grab, sliding to the seat of his pants and hangs on 2 down.
Punto not a guy that drives the ball into the gap, so Grady gets a pretty good jump on it coming in, and he'll be able to slide to make this catch. Straight away center. You see, he was shading him over to left center field, but Grady's got a beat on it. He knows all along, I'm just going to do the little pop-up slide and make the catch.
2 down, top of the order. Denard Span singled and scored his first time up. A little bit outside for ball 1. Two balls, no strikes. You were talking about sizing up the division. The only team we haven't seen yet, Kansas City, we will see on our next road trip.
Right, yeah. Here we go. Kansas City, Baltimore, and Tampa.
Yeah. Fouled out of play.
Yeah, I didn't realize it, but up until the All-Star break, every time we go out on the road, it's 3 city trips. And then when we come home, it's the same way.
3-team
homestands. Exactly.
It's a nice symmetry to that.
Well, you know, if you talk to Tony Amato, the clubhouse guy, he doesn't like it. It should be 7 and 7, and that's that. So we're going to make him commissioner for a day, and he's going to change that rule. We'll be at home for a week and on the road for a week.
Denard Span puts a charge into this ball, deep to right, chews out of room. It's out of here. And the Twins lead it 3-0. Denard Span's first home run of the year and his 10th run batted in.
Third home run given up by Justin Masterson. Another 2-out run. I don't want to keep beating the dead horse, but that's, you know, the Indians were so good at that. That's when they were scoring, was when with 2 outs. But in this series, the Twins have done just that. Look at that fastball in. Boom. He exploded a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Gave it a ride.
Outside ball on to Orlando Hudson, who singled and scored in the first inning. Hudson is now 4 for 5 in the series with 4 runs scored. But he grounds out here to end the inning. However, Denard spans first home run of the season as the Twins enjoying a 3-0 advantage. It's a 3-0 Twins lead as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Austin Kearns, Travis Hafner, and Johnny Peralta to face Jeff Manship, who struck out the side in the first. Austin Kearns, 1 for 4 last night, and hitting .373 thus far on the season. Missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kearns chops it foul over towards third. Austin has 11 hits over the last 6 games played.
Well, he's done a nice job, and he's earned the right to play left field every day. He's taking the bull by the horns. He's gone out there. Michael Brantley was playing, and he was sort of sitting around biding his time, but he got an opportunity, and, you know, the door was cracked, and he stepped right on through it. And Manny Acton knew what this guy was like from having him in Washington, even though he had him for a couple of years when he was injured. Boy, that one was smoked.
Jason Kubel makes the grab, 1 down. Let's take a look at last night's great clip of the game, brought to you by Great Clips. Travis Hafner stayed on the baseball last night. A couple of opposite field hits. This one drove in a run. Relax, you're at Great Clips. Hafner 2 for 4 with the double last night.
Well, you notice, and we talked about it last night, the shift is no longer. It took 1 swing of the bat to beat him over to the other side to realize that, hey, this guy may not be trying to pull the ball anymore, and they had to stay the same, and that's how it should be. You know, for Jim Thome, it's different. Jim Thome's legitimate pull, he's not going to change for anybody. He hits the ball in the air, he can hit it deep the other way, but anytime he pulls a ball, he's going to pull it. Hafner gets into that routine, and he will fall into the trap.
2 quick outs here in the second. And that'll bring up Johnny Peralta.
I want to send along birthday wishes. Brittany Williams turning 16 today from Cleveland. Brittany, happy birthday. I wonder if she got her permit yet. 16 years old. She might be out cruising around.
Johnny Peralta 3 for 4 last night with a triple. Johnny just missed hitting a home run on that triple. Hit high off the wall just to the left of straightaway center.
Bad placement.
Two balls, no strikes. Johnny maybe showing signs of getting it going offensively in his last 8 games, has 10 hits.
I think Johnny maybe should stay in Arizona in April and just join the team in May. For some strange reason, he just never gets off to a good start, no matter what he does, no matter how hard he tries or how hard he works. It seems like April is just, and it is his worst month if you look at the numbers.
There's a high fly ball deep to left. Kubel
go.
Looking up. It is gone to Souvenir City. Johnny Peralta with his second home run of the year, and the Indians are on the board. It's now a 3-1 ball game.
Welcome to May. There was no doubt there. He put a good swing on that 3-1 pitch and hit it a long way. Well, that's the Johnny Peralta we know right there. So one swing of the bat, and the Indians will get their 2-out run, something that they've done very, very well this year. There you see Nitro Zone, 3-1 count, hitter just dying for that. That's 38 of their 78 runs, almost 50%, coming with 2 outs.
And that brings up Russell Branyan for his first at bat in the series. Manny Acta was asked yesterday as Branyan drives it deep to center, Span back, makes the catch. Brandon got the day off yesterday because of the long flight home from the West Coast and his balky back, but he's back in there tonight. 3-1 Twins. On top of the third inning. Jason Kubel Leading off here in the third, takes a strike, struck out his first time up. Down in the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike.
You know, I hate to keep beating something that we've talked about a lot, but 1-0 count, when Masterson falls behind, Minnesota hitters are 4 for 6. When he's 0-1, like he was in that last at-bat, this hitter, they're 1 for 5.
Now the 2-1 pitch. And a foul. Got a piece of that. 2-2. Well, you know, I understand your sentiment, you know, when you say, gosh, I hate to keep repeating it. Well, there are only so many storylines, and until the storylines change,
yeah, I know.
Storylines have to keep talking about.
It's very important for him. You know, I just don't like, you know, you keep talking about, because that's all anybody ever looks for.
Yeah.
You know, but I think it is, especially for Justin, it's very important for him to be ahead of hitters, because they get so selective, and you know, consistently he can't make that same pitch time after time.
High fly ball, left center. Kearns and Sizemore, and Austin Kearns will take it, the left fielder. 1 away.
Well, it's the Tribe and the Toronto Blue Jays, May 3rd through the 5th right here at Progressive Field. That'll be, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Great seats still available with super value prices. Tickets are up to 50% off, and field box seats are just $25. Get your tickets at Indians.com. And I was checking it out. I didn't realize, but Wednesday's a 12 o'clock game.
Yes, sir.
That we will be here doing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think we did 12 o'clock games this year, but I guess we are that one.
We do have that one. And an off day Thursday before the Tigers come to town. 0-1 pitch fouled away by Justin Morneau. Morneau struck out his first time up. Solid single to center for Justin Morneau. That's already the 6th hit tonight for Minnesota. So 1 on, 1 out now for Michael Kadire as you see Morneau with that classic
extension
swing right up the middle.
The extension, you see, boy, he's a strong kid. And he's had back issues. He sat at a game over there in Detroit. Last year, they missed him down the stretch. He wasn't playing.
Michael Kadire fouls the pitch off. Why is it that it always seems to be left-handed power sluggers who have the back problems?
Watch how hard he swings.
I mean, because I've seen lots of guys who swing hard. Well, Jim Thome.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Justin Morneau, Russell Brandon are just 3 who are here tonight that come to mind.
Now you got me thinking about other left-handers that have been around.
Fouled away. Maybe it's just those 3 are making me think that way.
Right.
Maybe it's just skewed because of those 3 are coming to mind so quickly. 0-2 pitch. Fouled right back by Kadire. I can hear your gears grinding.
I'm starting to think now.
Kadire leans back.
Either that or you smell smoke, don't you?
1-2 the count. Did you ever have back issues?
Well, I did, because I fractured a vertebrae in my back when I was sliding into second base. But I was going to say, I'm not on that power list. I mean, yeah, there's another left-hander that had back problem. But it wasn't. It didn't linger. It didn't linger on like these guys are.
Kadire singles between third and short, and now the Twins are right back at it here in inning number 3.
Is a tough out, man. He battled Carmona yesterday, and now he's battling. He's 2 for 2 off Masterson, and those are 2 guys that are awfully tough to hit from the right side. Not for Kadire. He got a little breaking ball that gave him some swinging room, and he will find a hole. I'll tell you that he's a good player.
Lou Marson out to chat with Masterson as Jim Thome comes to the plate. Thome a 2-out 2-run single in the first. Your back injury, though, that was courtesy of the Seattle Kingdom, right?
Yeah, it was sliding into second base. Yes, it was in those sliding pits because the dirt was like dirt cutouts, and it was moist, real wet, and the dirt never gave to
slide into cement.
That's just like sand. You stop.
Jim Thome with a nice diving stop
play
by Grudzielanek, and they'll turn 2.
Beautiful play.
Mark Grudzielanek showing pretty good defensive leather right there to take a hit away from Thome, and then able to turn a double play to end the inning. I'll bet Dad eats more than that.
Yes, he will. I guarantee you that'll happen.
Mark Grudzielanek, who made a terrific diving stop to turn a double play to end the top half of this inning, leads off.
Yeah, that was a really nice play. That ball gets through. He got some action rolling, but he turned it into a double play to end the inning.
The 1-1 pitch, a little bit too high. Sun trying to break through the clouds here.
That's a nice thing.
Yes, indeed.
I'll tell you, the weather the last couple of days has been outstanding. Even though we didn't see the sun as much today, it's still warm. Gotta love that.
A little bit of rain earlier, but nothing to affect anybody's plans, really. Here you see some of that sunshine busting through the clouds. My son had a game today, and they played through a few raindrops.
Okay.
Bouncing ball up the gut. Big hop. Hardy unloads, and Grudzielanek beats it out. Good hustle by the savvy veteran to get down the line, and kind of an odd-looking hop for Hardy at the end.
That's why he had to wait back for it, and it took a hop up. So he had to back up, and it gives Grudzielanek an extra step. It may not seem like a lot, but by the time that hop comes up, we'll see that his foot is down. Boy, it was bang, bang. But I think that hop enabled him. Watch him stay back. You see how he has to stay back on the ball? He didn't realize he was going to get that kind of hop, though.
Well, he unloaded it in a hurry, though. Here's Lou Marson. Started to show some signs of life offensively in Anaheim. He's hitting 2 straight games now, 4 hits in his last 7 at-bats. And just missed his first homer of the year in Anaheim when he hit a ball at the top of the scoreboard in right field. And he laces this one up the gut, off the glove of Hudson. Grudzielanek will turn and burn. He'll go to third. Had Hudson allowed that ball to go cleanly through, Grudzielanek probably would have had to stop at second.
You're absolutely right.
But he caught a break when Hudson deflected it.
Well, you know, they're always trying to make a catch, and Marson goes right back up the middle. Hudson showing great range to his right, but he does. He deadens that ball enough, and that does enable. There you'll see Grudzielanek makes his own decision, gets into scoring position, first and third, nobody out. Good sign for the Indians.
Now the top of the order, which had no luck against Jeff Manship in the first. Cabrera, Sizemore, and Chu all struck out. But now they'll come to the plate with a chance to do some damage.
Well, and really, no track record against this guy. You know, so that first time through the lineup is basically, there's a couple of guys that have faced him, but not many. So now they have an idea of what he throws. So this second time around, it's a good situation.
And Cabrera bounces it to Morneau. They get 1 at second, and on the return, they turn 2. Indians get a run. It's now a 3-2 ball game. No RBI for Cabrera, as Grudzielanek able to come home thanks to his aggressive base running on the hit by Marson.
Well, he might have been looking to shoot that hole over there, and it's an easy one hopper to Morneau. Gives a good feed. Grudzielanek stopped at third base. Wasn't sure. He wanted to make sure that Morneau went to second base before he comes home, but they do get that run in.
So now Grady Sizemore struck out his first time up. Looks at a ball down low. Two balls, no strikes. Jeff Manship signed with the Minnesota Twins when they made him a 14th round pick back in 2006. Brady taps it foul. 2-1. Manship went to Notre Dame. In fact, one of his roommates was Jeff Smarja.
Oh, yeah?
Who was a
pitcher.
great football player for
Right.
the Irish, and then he's now in the Cubs organization as a pitcher.
Hasn't fared too well over there as a pitcher. You know, he's been a little disappointed because they gave him a lot of money.
Big guy, throws hard, and I think a lot of people thought he was maybe a closer in waiting, but.
Well, maybe down the road. Who knows? It's still early. But I know he hasn't panned out like they thought he would.
In off the plate. Full count. And on the 3-2 pitch, Sizemore hit it off his foot. (3-2), Twins on top. Try batting bottom of the third. And again, the 3-2 pitch to Sizemore. Hit a high in the air. Left center field, Denard Span calling for it. And the center fielder has it, inning over. Indians get on the board through 3. Twins now lead it by a run. It's like I'm working with my dad up here in the booth. 3-2 our score.
You are.
What's the matter with you? I got to teach you everything. Oh, boy. J.J. Hardy, Drew Butera, Nick Punto. Bottom of the Twins order here in the fourth inning. Justin Masterson now 59 pitches on the night.
Well, he's back in the ball game right now, so important for him to put his 0 up.
Well, this is a line drive single, and the Twins continue to wrap away. That's 8 hits now for Minnesota here tonight. We'll go back to the studios for this in-game update. Here's Al Pawlowski.
All right, Matt, Rick, earlier today, the Angels and Tigers tied at 2 in the bottom of the 9th inning in Motown, and Johnny Damon, his first home run as a Tiger, made it count. It's a walk-off. Detroit tops L.A. 3-2. They're now 1 game behind Minnesota. Back to you.
Well, he knows. Johnny D knows.
Butera chased one of the Indians down into the dugout.
Well, once again, Minnesota getting that leadoff man aboard. This is where I think Gardenhire has a good opportunity to start the runner, hit and run situation. Masterson takes a little while to deliver it. You got a rookie up here. There he goes. I could just smell it. This part of the lineup. You're trying to protect the kid. You give him one shot to create a hole. But he fouled it off.
And so now the count 0-2. Marson and Masterson talk over some strategy. And the 2-strike pitch in on his hands. Again, it's fouled away. He keeps taking aim at the Indians' dugout over there. Andy Marte in particular seems to have a magnet tonight, so he's got his glove on.
Well, he should.
He's been chased a few times already.
Sometimes, hey, we've seen it in the past where guys sitting in the dugout have targets on their back, man. But, you know, they'll get hit 2 or 3 times during the course of a year.
A little bit low.
Big Saguaro. Got to swat it down.
3 runs on 8 hits for Minnesota. 2 runs, 3 hits for the Tribe. Sometimes we see this a lot with Fausto Carmona. Because of the movement, there's a lot of foul balls. They can't square it up and put it in play.
Yeah.
But they force him to make a number of pitches.
And that's the thing, too. These guys are back-to-back in the rotation. Both big right-handers, both sinker ball pitchers, both a lot of movement on their pitches. You know, I wonder if it may help some of these guys out.
Around the horn they go for the double play. Second double play turned by the Indians behind Masterson tonight.
There you go. That sinker down at the knees. That's a good biting sinker right there. He gets his ground ball, able to turn 2. Second time tonight they've turned it. They lead the league now with 34 double plays turned.
Nick Punto fly to center his first time up. Down too low. A ball and a strike on Nick Punto.
The Twins have grounded into 12 double plays against us this year. This being just game number 5. That is amazing. 12 of their 34 coming against the Twins.
That's what I was just looking to see what the percentage was.
Better than 33%.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Well, as we mentioned, the first 3 innings, that's where they do their damage. Between that third or fourth inning on, their batting average is under 200.
Got him. Justin Masterson gets his 4th strikeout and a solid inning of work here in the 4th. 3-2 Minnesota. Back here at Progressive Field, it's a 3-2 Twins lead. If people only knew what we had to deal with.
Oh, isn't that the truth?
Beautiful shot from the Goodyear blimp. Hovering overhead here tonight. Shin-Soo Choo, he may have jabbed at it. Let's see, they appeal, and he did. Third base ump James Hoy. Tommy Boe, our top-notch statistician.
Yeah. I'm glad you're going to bring it up. Look at him.
We have the good with the bad,
Absolutely.
Right? We give him tons of credit. He does outstanding work. As Choo hits a routine hopper to Hudson, one away. But he gives us these little statistical anecdotes in between innings about the starting pitchers. And the starting pitcher for the Twins tonight is Jeff Manship. And Tommy Boe handed us a note and said his name is Mishap.
Yeah, Jeff Mishap.
It's a big difference between Manship and Mishap, don't you think?
Ah, yes, it is.
He's our Subway fresh face of the game. Subway, play hard, eat fresh. Here's Austin Kearns with one out. Lined out the left his first time up. Fouled out of play.
Tom, how many pitches does Mishap have? 46, thank you.
Austin Kearns with a line drive to left field. Kubel giving chase. He'll backhand it, but Kearns puts the brakes on after a wide turn at first.
That's the way you round first base, man. Look for a double and make them stop you. That's exactly what he did. This is the second straight time he hit a bullet to left field. This time he's rewarded with a hit. And that's it. You come out of the box thinking two. He did that and got a double in L.A. the other day. You keep running, and then if you see that they bobble the ball or the throw's offline, you just keep right on going.
Well, Travis Hafner hit a little tapper back to the mound his first time up.
Well, he has dominated like the first three hitters in the lineup.
Yeah, go figure, huh? Cabrera, Sizemore, and Shue 0 for 6 tonight. Indians trail at 3-2 here in the fourth. Tying run at first base. A little bit outside, 1-1, and I think Butera was crossed up. He looked like he caught that awkwardly, and he'll go out and talk it over. Travis Hafner, 2 for 4 with a double last night. And he lines this one towards center off the end of the bat, but it hangs up enough for Span to grab it 2 down.
Well, 12 tickets to 12 biggest games of the year, including the Yankees, Red Sox, and Reds. It's the new Pepsi 12-pack. Plans start at $256, and it's just $21 per game. Pepsi 12 packs now on sale. 216-420-HITS or visit Indians.com.
Johnny Peralta homered to the bleachers and left his first time up. And gets a breaking ball for a strike.
Well, Manship fell behind him 3-0 and got a strike on him, and Johnny unloaded on a 3-1 pitch up in the zone and put a great swing on it. He's starting to come around.
A 1 pitch. You know, I liked what you said. I think it was last night. People will say home runs are the product of putting a good swing on the baseball, and you took it a step further, saying home runs are a product of having a good at bat.
Right.
Where you see pitches, you get yourself into that count where you can isolate, zero in.
You know what? Home runs come from balls you actually miss, and you just get under. When you're trying to hit line drives and hit them hard wherever they're pitched, actually home runs follow, because now these kids are so big and strong, they hit them a long way.
Runner goes. High pop up. Shallow center. Span coming in. And that'll end the inning. No runs, a hit, a man left aboard through 4. It's 3-2 Minnesota.
Possibilities. And by Panini's. We're expanding. Visit paninisgrill.com for a list of new locations.
Top of the order for Minnesota here in the 5th. 3-2 Twins on top. Denard Span takes a strike. He's already 2 for 2 tonight, with a single, a homer, and a couple of runs scored.
How about that shot?
Beautiful sunset.
Isn't that
out
gorgeous?
over Lake Erie tonight.
Yes, it is. Although that water's still probably chilly.
Tonight's scoreboard update is brought to you by Wendy's. You know when it's real, Wendy's. Most of the games are finals tonight, or at least a lot of them are. Lots of day baseball. Justin Masterson's 1-2 pitch. Line towards center. Sizemore racing in will make the catch. One away. Hey, tonight after the game, join Chuck Galletti for Chuck's Last Call. He'll take your phone calls and emails following the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show. Chuck's Last Call tonight after the game right here on STO. Lots to talk about here this evening. Three, 2, Minnesota on top here in the 5th. Twins got 2 in the first on a 2-out, 2-run single by Jim Thome, and then Denard Span with a solo homer in the second. Tribe got a solo homer from Johnny Peralta in the second inning. And then Mark Grudzielanek scored when Asdrubal Cabrera hit into a double play in the third inning.
Well, and once again, the storyline for the Twins holds true. The first 3 innings, they put their runs on the board. That's when they've done their damage to the Indians.
Cabrera will have to unload in a hurry, and he does to get Hudson 2 down. That's the first time since the first inning last night that the Indians have retired Span and Hudson consecutively.
The table setters. If they get on, it's going to be a long night for a pitcher. Because they both can run. And then you're facing Maurer, Morneau, and Kadire. I don't want to leave out Kadire.
Yeah, and if you joined us late, Joe Mauer not playing tonight. He's listed as day-to-day with a bruised heel. He injured that heel stretching for the bag at first in the second inning last night, or in the second at bat last night. And Mauer was asked, what do you think? And he said, I don't know. I've never had this kind of an injury before.
Did they say it was like a bone bruise or something like that? Could it be?
They just say a heel bruise.
Yeah.
And
well, that you don't know. And he's squatting, going up and down, everything. A couple of days wouldn't hurt.
That's what he's
hoping.
hoping.
Give him tomorrow off too.
He's hoping that in a couple of days it will feel better. And Ron Gardenhire saying that if in an emergency, Mauer would be available to pinch hit.
I'm
tonight.
sure with that bat. If they don't want him to run, just tell him to try and hit one out.
Jason Kubel draws the first walk of the night.
It's one good thing. Masterson's kept the walks down. He had 11 coming into the game.
Well, let's take a look at our league's 5-star league leaders, brought to you by the GMC Sierra. Never send a truck to do a Sierra's job. And Justin Morneau, the best in the biz in the AL among on-base percentage leaders. In the air to left, Austin Kearns makes the catch, and the inning is over. Halfway home, 3-2 Minnesota. Third of the Indians' order due up. Russell Brandon, Mark Grudzielanek, and Lou Marson. Brandon drove the ball to deep center field his first time up, but it was caught by Denard Span. One ball, one strike. I was telling you the other night we were in Anaheim and talking to Russell, and he was telling stories about things that happened and telling stories that involved Juan Gonzalez and Robbie Alomar.
Around 2000.
You forget.
Right.
You know how long Russell's been around and that he was part of those Indians teams almost a whole decade ago.
Right. I really remember Russell when I first started coaching in the minor leagues when he was with the Indians as a third baseman. And he had some back issues back then when he was a young man. Always had power, though. He could always hit the long ball. And he swung hard. And, he always struck out a lot. That was his the MO. If you make a mistake and you find his zone, see you later. And he had that kind of year last year in Seattle. His most productive year in the big leagues.
Little tapper out in front of the plate. Manship will throw him out. One down here in the fifth.
Well, bring a specially marked Pepsi can to the Progressive Field box office or any Indians team shop. Receive 50% off mezzanine, upper box, or a bleacher ticket in any Indians game in May. Look for the code on the specially marked cans to redeem this offer at Indians.com.
Mark Grudzielanek singled and scored in the third to make it a 3-2 game. Grudzielanek getting the start with the struggling Luis Valbuena taking a night off.
Well, Grudzielanek has turned a beautiful double play single, and he scored a run.
I noticed today, Rick, and I didn't have a chance to talk with Manny or John Nunnally, but during batting practice, Luis Valbuena was making a concerted effort to hit line drives to left field instead of just pull everything.
He's trying to pull everything. You know what? And sometimes
ball gets away, but Butera able to record the put out on the strikeout of Grudzielanek.
You get young hitters and they get pull happy. And maybe remember that grand slam that Valbuena hit in Detroit off Verlander in the first inning. And then you do that early in the year and you think you're a pull hitter or a home run hitter because you turned on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball and you just reacted. And that could screw you up for a while. And he has a tendency to get pull happy, like Hafner was doing, like Peralta was doing. They're all looking for pitches and doing things that they can't handle instead of just being themselves. And it takes a while to get back into the swing of things. And that's why Manny's saying, all right, we're going to start on this way and we'll work our way back. Start the opposite field and stay on the ball. Just start hitting them that way. And eventually, you'll work your way back and hit the ball where it's pitched.
Lou Marson, a base hit his first time up tonight. Slow chopper, going to be a tough play. Punto, bare hand grab. And Marson with an infield single. He's 2 for 2 tonight.
Well, that would be a tester for Punto just coming off the DL with the right hip flexor strain. That would be a tester. There's Marson. He's going to beat it out. It's a breaking ball. Here comes Punto. Let's see. He was playing it back. Comes in. Just couldn't get enough on it.
Rick, Orlando Hudson went all the way down the line, caught Lou Marson, and then walked all the way back to the bag with him, and he was chirping in his ear. I'm sure he was. Hudson loves to talk, and I'll bet he was all over him
take that
about
for a base hit.
Yep.
If I'm Lou Marson and hitting, $170, I say, you're darn right I'm taking that one and every other one I can get.
Watch Orlando Hudson right here.
Look at it.
Are you really going to take that?
Right.
Does that count?
Tell me how you hit that ball, so I need a couple of those, too.
Right back up the middle, off the glove. And Hudson able to hang right with it and throw out Cabrera to end the inning. 5 complete. It remains 3-2 Minnesota. as the Tribe will try to come from behind, down 3-2 as we start the 6th. Michael Kadire takes a strike. He's 2 for 2 tonight against Masterson with 2 singles and now 4 for 7 in the series.
Justin's really settled in today, hasn't he? Made a concerted effort. Look at that pitch count going down. You got to love that. Started out that first with 23. And we told you at the outset he was averaging about 20 pitches per inning. Just a hair above it, but he's really, that's a nice job. You get down there around 15, 16, that's perfect.
One ball, 2 strikes. A couple of double play balls turned behind Masterson. And the other key is that he has only walked 1. Coming into tonight, he had walked 11, struck out 24 in 19 innings.
Well, that's one reason why his pitch count will go up, because of strikeouts. You know, but he rarely will he go out and have a 10 or a 12 pitch inning. Wow, that one bounced up and took his helmet off.
That's not something you see very often. He can even knock his earpiece out.
Well, sometimes that can jump up and bite you in the forehead. It got the bill. He was very lucky. That didn't bounce up and get him in the nose.
He can laugh about it now.
Yes, you can. That was a close call. It's embarrassing more than anything. Good pitch.
That's 5 strikeouts for Masterson. 1 down here in the 6th. Tonight's game recap brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. For a dealer near you, visit buyatoyota.com. Jim Thome's 2-out, 2-run single made it 2-0 in the first. Denard Span's solo shot made it 3-zip in the second. Indians come back with a solo homer from Johnny Peralta and add a ground out, scoring a run in the third, and that's where we stand. As Jim Thome steps in, 1 for 2. Hit into a double play his last time up.
Nice double play turn by Gruzelanek. Had to dive going to his right, flipped it to Cabrera, and they turned it easily.
Big hopper. Because he was so far deep, Gruzelanek got an in-between hop, but he's able to hang with it, throw him out, 2 down. J.J. Hardy will be the batter, 1 out of 2 tonight. And a first pitch strike. Got him. Well, that had some nasty movement as he had him off balance swinging at it.
Well, she's got a souvenir.
Yes,
How
indeed.
great is that? Someone flipped one into that diamond suite.
The 0-2 backed him off.
I'm sure you saw that clip last year about 1 million times where the dad takes his little girl to the game. He catches the foul ball. He gives it back to her, and she throws it over from the second deck over. Dad wanted to do something. He said, what can you do?
Not much J.J. Hardy could do there. 6 strikeouts for Masterson. He's retired 4 in a row. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6th, 3-2 Minnesota. Bottom of the 6th inning, it's a 3-2 Minnesota lead. Grady Sizemore, Shin-Soo Choo, and Austin Kearns will bat against right-hander Jeff Manship. Making his first start of the year, he was called up from AAA Rochester, where he had pitched in 4 games, going 2-2 with a 348 earned run average, and he's pitched very well here tonight.
He has. He's done a nice job. He made one mistake, Peralta, on a 3-1 pitch that Johnny left the yard. Then a couple of singles. They were able to go back-to-back singles back in the 3rd inning, 1st and 3rd. He got the double play ball right behind that, and just a couple of singles after that. So he has done a nice job.
Jeff Manship, as Rick mentioned earlier tonight, is from San Antonio, and when he was in high school, his junior and senior years, he went a combined 22-2 with 4 no-hitters, one of which was a perfect game.
Wow, that's impressive.
And he chose to go to Notre Dame rather than sign with the Arizona Diamondbacks when they picked him in the 50th round.
Yeah, you're not going to get any money there. You go get your education. That was smart.
And, of course, the next year at Notre Dame, he blows his elbow out and has to have Tommy John surgery.
Well,
that's
unfortunate. No, that's unfortunate, but he's still playing professional baseball. He's in the big leagues.
He wound up being a 14th round pick of the Twins in 06.
Well, nowadays, we've talked about it, the Tommy John surgery. If you haven't had it, then you're not living yet. Yes,
couldn't hold up. Sizemore is the 5th strikeout victim of Jeff Manship. One down here in the 6th. We'll go back to the studios for an in-game update. Here's Al.
Pat, Rick, 2 other games in the AL happening right now. KC and Tampa tied at 2, and Boston and Baltimore tonight. There's Jonathan Van Avery. Remember him? Old Indians prospect, 31 years old now, but homers for the Red Sox, his first of the year. Boston leads Baltimore 4-2.
Shin-Soo Choo 0 for 2. What is it about the top 3 hitters in the Indians lineup tonight?
He's dominated. He's made it look easy.
Yeah.
I mean, if bottom of the 1st, he 3 up, 3 down, all strikeouts. Struck out the side.
A called strike to Choo, 1-1 the count. Those top 3 hitters for the Indians 0 for 8 tonight against the Twins right-hander, who has only made 73 pitches thus far. And it's 1-2.
Well, this is his first start against the Indians. We mentioned this is his 6th career start, but his first ever appearance came against the Tribe August 15th and 16th.
Able to lay off that time.
Well, you can see how he changes speed. He sinks his fastball like the 2-seamer. He likes to get ground balls. He has more punch-outs than I thought. I was talking with Bert Blyleven about him coming up, and he said, you know, he doesn't give up the long ball. He tries to pitch to contact. He's not a strikeout guy, and then he struck out the side. I went, what are you talking about? And 5 punch-outs, that's not bad.
It's your old buddy Bert crossing you up again.
Yes, he did.
Full count.
Well, I think a lot of times, and a lot of big league clubs, when they've never faced guys before, they have trouble with them for the first time. We've seen it. It's happened a lot of times here.
Happens a lot of times to good teams,
well,
good hitting teams.
When we were in Chicago, the White Sox, they said they cannot beat a guy they've never seen before. And I remember us saying that when we had good teams. You haven't faced a guy before, no track record, we lose. I don't know if there's something to that.
Payoff pitch. Ball 4. Finally, one of these top 3 hitters in the Indians lineup get aboard against Jeff Manship. It's Choo with a 1-out walk, and it brings up Austin Kearns, who singled in his last at bat.
Well, it's not too late to become a Tribe season ticket holder. Prorated season ticket plans now on sale. The prorated plans include all season ticket holder benefits like exchange dates, price discounts, exclusive season ticket holder events. Spread out your payments through the end of July. Call 216-420-HITS or visit Indians.com.
Austin Kearns couldn't hold up.
Well, he hasn't taken many swings like that recently.
You were talking about good hitting teams facing pitchers for the first time, guys that they're not familiar with,
right,
having trouble. Remember Bob Walcott?
Oh, Seattle, 1995.
Game 1.
Yes, I do. We had bases loaded in the first inning and nobody out and didn't score.
Got Jim Thome to ground out to end that inning, I believe.
Yeah, well, it was Joey Cora who made a diving play to retire, but he got Eddie Murray to pop up, Albert Bell.
Yep.
Yes, I do remember it.
0-2 pitch.
And that was a juggernaut. You're thinking, this kid, you know, he got bases loaded. Nobody he's not making it out of the first. And we were there. You were working at that game as well. Was that the loudest? That's the loudest building I have ever been in.
Yeah.
For a sporting event was right there because they were into every pitch. That's when they were
at top of their lungs on every pitch.
That's exactly right. And I'm surprised that thing didn't blow up then.
The old King Dome. Tying run at first for the Indians here. Bottom of the 6th. Austin Kearns down on the count, a ball and 2 strikes.
Yes.
They appeal. He didn't go, said Laz Diaz, and Kearns stays alive. Close call. I thought they were going to punch him.
I did too. He went.
Yeah,
he got a break.
Caught a break.
Take advantage of it. You caught a break. See what happens when you're going good? Those are not called strikes. They're called balls. But now, if he was over 15 or something like that, they would have rung him up. So take advantage of it.
And the 2-2 is chopped foul. Wide of third. Shin-Soo Choo, runner at first, leads the Tribe with 4 stolen bases. If it gets to 3-2, they might start him.
Well, yeah, the way he's swinging, Kearns is swinging, they will start him. I thought they might send him, or he may go on a 1-2 pitch, figuring he's going to throw a breaking ball. But I think they want to back Choo off a little bit of his base running. You know, he's been very aggressive, and he's made a few base running mistakes. It's only a 1-run game, so you can't afford, you're in the middle part of the lineup, a guy that's swinging a hot bat to make an out on the bases, you know, in a 1-run game. Right here. Yeah, you've waited to 2-2, wait till 3-2 if it gets there. Because they're starting to pay attention. Isn't it funny how when you want to get aggressive, the other guys, they just seem to know and they want to start paying attention to you and throw over and stepping off, and now you got to work for it.
Everybody's thinking on the same lines.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, rivalries, the Central Division, we play these guys a lot, but there goes Choo.
Got a good jump, but they made a better throw and got him.
I'll tell you, Butera, I was watching him throw between innings. He's got a good arm, and it's accurate.
Terrific throw.
He's quick and he's accurate. He's got a very strong arm. Choo thrown out for the 2nd time this year. Watch this throw. Gone in no time, right on the money with something on it. I was surprised there. I thought they'd wait till 3-2.
Now the payoff pitch. And a swing and a miss. 6 strikeouts for Jeff Manship. 3-2 Minnesota through 6.
job. And by Wendy's. You know when it's real. Wendy's.
3-2. Twins lead it. 7th inning, Justin Masterson.
There
In the
you
air,
go. You
center
gotta love
field.
that.
1 pitch, 1 out.
Beautiful.
Aerial coverage tonight provided by Goodyear. New Fuel Max tires help you get there on less gas. Calculate your savings at GoodyearTires.com.
Well, with that out, that's Masterson's longest start of the year.
Career high.
It is, huh?
Well, you just told me. Oh, jeez, I tell you what.
See, I just said that, and he's trying to top it. Hey, Topper, relax, will you? He's upset he's not over at the Cavs game.
Getting
yeah, but he's into the 7th. He's got an out. He has 2 outs.
Russell Brandon goes to the bag himself, 2 down.
Well, if you're planning a picnic this year, think about the Cleveland Indians offer a one-of-a-kind venue right here at Progressive Field. You can choose from a variety of affordable food and beverage options. Pre-game picnics can accommodate groups of all sizes. 216-420-HITS.
Actually, I should have known that because I remember the game now. I think about it, against Chicago last year, he went the distance. Went 9 innings.
Yes, he did.
Against the White Sox last September.
Well, you know, sometimes you like people earn their cash. Look at him.
He's angry now.
Tell you what,
he's
don't
taking
turn
a beating
your back.
tonight. He's
don't
taking
turn your back.
Over 100 pitches now for Masterson with 2 down here in the 7th inning. Denard Span, 2 out of 3. And a big bouncing ball to first. Brandon with the flip and a 1-2-3-7.
That was great right there.
Terrific outing by Justin Masterson as he retires the last 7 in a row. By Panini's and grab a refreshing beverage and delicious overstuffed sandwich this spring at any one of their locations. Their Chagrin Fall spot will be opening soon, and you can log on to paninisgrill.com for a list of all the Panini's locations. Travis Hafner, Johnny Peralta, and Russell Brandon for the Indians here in the home half of the 7th. Brian Dunsing, for the 2nd night in a row, will come on and work for Minnesota. Again, this is a Twins bullpen that has been very good so far this year.
Second best in the league when it comes to ERA. Dunsing went an inning in yesterday's game, walked a pair, struck out 1. He faced the top of the order yesterday. He's going to get Hafner, Peralta, and Branyan here. Left-handers tonight, believe it or not, do not have a hit. 0 for 12 when I look at it. There's not a lefty with a hit. How about that? And the right-hander started. Now they're going to the left-hander. So that says something about Jeff Manship going out there. All the hits he gave up. Kearns has one. Peralta, Grzelcyk, Marson with 2.
Well, I mentioned earlier in our telecast tonight that the thinking was Manship would go back to AAA Rochester after the ball game, and they'll activate Wilson Ramos, a backup catcher, to protect themselves in the event that Joe Mauer has to miss some time with this heel injury. Butera will grab it, and Travis Hafner fouls out. Johnny Peralta with a home run earlier tonight. A 2-out solo shot, his second of the year, brings our Great Clips home run counter up to $700 this year. For every homer hit by the Tribe, Great Clips donates $50 to the Gathering Place. Great needs, great deeds, Great Clips. You can log on to touchedbycancer.org to learn more about the Gathering Place or to make a donation yourself. But to finish my thought, the thinking was Manship will go back right after the ball game. But he's made a pretty good impression on Ron Gardner and Rick Anderson
Yes,
tonight.
he has. There's no question about it. But, you know, they still may have to do what they have to do. They need that protection for Mauer behind the dish. But you're right. He pitched a great game, that kid.
I remember, being a kid and you'd be watching and seeing a guy get a call up, just pitch great, get a win, and they get sent down after the game, and I used to think, geez.
Tough league.
Could pitch great,
well,
got the win.
Times you
and
bring
they still send him back to the minors.
You bring a guy who's going to pitch the second game of a doubleheader, and he's going back, and he knows it. They give him his one plane ticket coming, and here's in the other hand, they've got it going. And the kid will pitch a great game, and you're gone.
Of course, as a kid, not understanding the numbers game, you know, and how you have to manipulate the roster, and guys with options left usually end up on that shuttle back and forth.
Well, and we've seen numerous times how one guy, maybe in an organization, will get called up 4 or 5 times during the course of the year. And that's just his role for that team that year. Not good enough to stick, but he's good enough to help, and that's all you can ask.
Johnny Peralta, as I mentioned earlier tonight, has swung the bat much better here of late. He's 4 for 6 in the series. 2-2 pitch. Got him. He chased after one. 2 down.
Well, got him to chase a pitch out of the zone. Looked like a changeup. Something down. Yeah, changeup down. Bounces in the dirt. Good location. That's one of the better pitches around now, is that changeup. It seems like everybody's throwing them now, and they've got the circle change, and it's arm speed, less pressure on your elbow, and it looks like the fastball just never gets there. And guys are now, and that's what made CC Sabathia the pitcher he was. He developed that changeup, and they'll throw it at any time, and fastball counts, and you get a lot of swings and misses with it.
Lazy fly to left. Kubel grabs it. 1-2-3 go the Indians. We go to the 8th. 3-2 Minnesota. turned out to be a beautiful night for baseball. 3-2 Twins on top. And Justin Masterson comes back out for the 8th inning. 103 pitches so far on the night.
Well, it's been a gem. By far his best start this year. And the poor guy, I'll tell you, the Indians, when you talk about run support, this guy gets none. I mean, what, 2 runs in 2 starts? They haven't scored for him in 1, and they scored 1 run in another start. He's got to be, you know what he's got to do? He's got to go hang some other pitcher's jersey that has the best run support out on the bat rack when he goes out there. Give me some runs. He wants that win.
They scored 5 runs in his first start of the year. They've scored 5 runs total now in his next 4 starts.
That's exactly
including
right.
Tonight.
I want to know when they scored their 5 runs in the first one.
I don't think that was the extra inning game that they won 5-3, so they didn't score while he was pitching.
No, they did not. Absolutely right. There you go.
What do you got here?
That's Masterson starts, what they scored for him.
While he's been in the game.
Yes, while he's in the game.
2-2-1-0.
Yeah.
And then
that's officially from Tommy, which was a mishap.
Swung on and missed. And Justin Masterson with his 7th strikeout tonight. You know, there are 2 different theories, I guess, Rick, or philosophies when you get a pitcher where Masterson was at coming into this inning. There's one school of thought that said, no, he's retired 7 in a row, got off to a rocky start, but he's pitched well late. Let's get him out of there now so he has a good feeling about this start.
Right.
But I kind of like the way Manny Act
so
and Tim Belcher are saying, hey, let's push him.
You know what?
You can't get deep into the game unless you try to get deep into the game.
You don't want him. He's there for a loss right now. Let him go out there again. Push him one more inning. If he can go 1, 2, 3, bring him in. Hope your offense scores and get him a win. He has not pitched better than this. He's got a feel right now. So you go out there. He hasn't been in trouble. The first inning was his toughest inning, his big pitch inning. And he's settled in. No, he deserves to be in this ball game.
Your bullpen's ready should he get into trouble here.
Look at that. They're having terrible swings.
Half swing. Cabrera, quick unload. He got him. Nice play by Asdrubal Cabrera, who had no time to dawdle. 2 down.
Little one hand. Boy, he got it over there in that throwing hand in a hurry, didn't he? Well, that's what you call quick hands. He patted that glove and he had his hand cocked, ready to throw. Masterson has been ahead in 13 counts to hitters today. That has been the key.
Justin Morneau goes after the first pitch, lifts it high and deep to left. Kearns is out of room, and it's gone. Justin Morneau with an opposite field towering home run, his 6th of the year, and Minnesota now leads it 4-2.
I don't want to say 2 out. 2 out, RBI again. They got their 2 runs in the first. They got their run in the second, and now they're running the 8th, all with 2 outs. And there's the home run. The big boy did some damage. He left the pitch up. It's a mistake pitch. You know what? It's only a solo jobber. Nothing you can do. For Morneau, that's his 6th home run on the year.
Kadire chopping it foul. Nine hits now from Minnesota on the night. The Indians have been held to just 5.
And again, in that 2-run mode.
Yeah.
2 or less. What's that, 11 times now? Well, hopefully they've got time to score more. Eight of their 13 runs in this series have scored with 2 outs. Minnesota's.
That had been the Indians' calling card offensively.
Well, all 4 today. 4 of the 9 yesterday.
Now the 2-2. And a base hit up the middle, and that might be it for Masterson. Here comes Maniacta, and we've got a timeout in Cleveland. Justin Morneau's 2-out solo homer has given Minnesota a 2-run advantage. 4-2 Twins. Here in the 8th, we've got a timeout. Tony Sipp coming on when we come back. The bullpen brought to you by AT&T, a better 3G experience.
Well, coming on to try and get the final out here in the 8th inning, he'll face Jim Thome. Boy, just unfortunate for Justin Masterson. He was one pitch away from getting out of that inning, then the solo home run. By far his best outing of the year. He pitched well. 1 walk, 7 punch outs, a couple solo home runs. Boy, he may have to. No, I think the offense should take him out to dinner. He should take the offense out. He hasn't gotten anything this year.
Justin Morneau got him for a home run in this inning. To make it a 4-2 Twins advantage. Tony Sipp to face Jim Thome. Thome 1 for 3. 2-out, 2-run single in the first. Talk about your bargain draft picks. Jim Thome, a 13th round selection of the Indians back in 1989.
And 560, 868 later. That is incredible.
One ball, one strike.
He's actually raised in this organization by Charlie Manuel, who, when he had him down in A-ball, he said Jim Thome couldn't hit the ball over the third base bag. He was never ended up hitting. Now he's one of the best pull hitters around. So much power, though. Watched him develop at third base. Remember when he first came up and then moved to first base when we acquired Matt Williams for that 1 year.
Still remember Jim Thome catching the pop-up that clinched the American League Central Division title.
That's exactly
at third
right.
base over in foul ground.
Yes, indeed. September 9th, was it? September 8th or 9th? It
was right after Cal Ripken broke Lou Gehrig's streak. Because Baltimore, he broke the streak in Baltimore, and the next game he played was here.
Right.
I think they might have had an off day in between, but I remember it was just interesting timing. Tony Sips 2-1 pitch. High pop. Peralta all by his lonesome on the left side of the infield with that shift on. Makes the catch, and the inning is over. But Justin Morneau's 6th home run of the year has the Twins in front now 4-2. And now Shaker Heights native Matt Guerrier for the 12th time this year will try to hold the lead for Minnesota as he faces the bottom part of the Indians' order. Mark Grudzielanek will lead it off as Delman Young has come on defensively in left field. Grudzielanek singled and scored the last Indians run back in the 3rd inning. Bouncer towards 3rd. Nice play by Punto. And a perfect throw to get him 1 down.
Well, you're right. He got rid of it in a hurry, went underhand, and that was right on the money. Punto not a big guy, but he was playing high enough for that one. Look at the throw. Little right there to Morneau. Good play. He's a great glove man, good defender.
Lou Marson 2 for 2 tonight. We were in Anaheim the other night. Lou Marson started the game. He was batting .088. All of a sudden you get a few knocks and that batting average zips up to .209 in a hurry.
And you still don't want to look at it. He's just, you just work every day. Just keep, can you have 2, now work at getting 3. Because, sometimes when tonight's a great example. You're hitting 9th. Your team has 5 hits. You're only going to get 3 at-bats. You can't give any at-bats away when you're off to a slow start. He has the infield single and things like that, but you got to take everything you can, because if you remember earlier in the year, the balls when he was hitting hard, he was getting robbed.
Tried to hold up, and he did not go around, says Laz Diaz. Yeah, he definitely hit some balls on the nose first part of the season.
He sure did.
He had nothing to show for it.
And then your dauber gets down, because you want to get off to a good start, and now you have a tendency to maybe do more than you're capable of doing, and sooner or later, you get to that point mentally, you just say, forget about it. I don't care anymore. You really do, but I'm saying where you just go out
fool
and
yourself
have fun.
into thinking you don't care.
Right. I don't care anymore. I don't care if I don't get a hit. Yeah, right.
He's battled back to even, 2-2. Got him looking. 2 down.
Well, we had a play earlier in the game. Let's check it out in the 3rd inning. Mark Grudzielanek off the bat at Jim Thome. This is going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it, because how can't you love that? A 4-6-3 double play to get Masterson out of that inning. It was a beautiful play.
As Drupal Cabrera trying to bunt his way aboard, it trickles foul.
Well, the top three in the order have had a rough night. 0 for 8. Chu walked his last at bat in the 6th inning, and then was caught stealing. The Cabrera's had a rough night. Sizemore. But this is Minnesota's MO. They go out there. They try to score early. They definitely have good pitching. They don't give anything away. They've only made 4 errors this whole year. And when you look at it, on the left side of their infield, shortstop, third base, they haven't made an error. Where the Indians have made 7 errors on short and third, the Twins have not made an error on the left side of their infield.
You know, I was thinking back as we were talking about this yesterday. Back in 2007, that was sort of the Indians' formula as far as offensively. They'd always score a few early. They'd get that lead. And then in the middle innings, they always seemed to tack on a couple of extra runs.
But when they got the lead later, they held it.
And they did. Their bullpen that year was fantastic.
And that's right now what Minnesota's doing.
Yeah. It's a good blueprint to follow.
Well, it is. And
Cabrera with a single right here with 2 down.
You need a little luck. See, offensively, it's not how many runs you score, although you say you have to score 5 to win. We always say that a lot. You don't have to score 5 to win if you got great pitching and a good bullpen. But the offense knows when they have to score. If it's a tie game late and they get one in the 6th, they know you're going to hold on. If it's you're down 1 or something, you get 2 in the 7th or 8th, you know once you take that lead, you're going to hold on. It's a belief. And that bullpen that's their own separate entity, man. They work it together out there, but it all stems from a closer. And Minnesota doesn't have their closer, but they have a guy right now that's doing the job as well. John Roush, who's been outstanding for him. Roush has saved 7 games.
Down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. I remember you saying once before, your offense is only as good as your bullpen.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, if you say Minnesota right now, and they've scored 4 runs, that can make their offense look really good if that bullpen holds up.
That's exactly right. Makes managers look smart. That bullpen makes managers look smart, and offenses look good.
Grady Sizemore drives it in the alley, left center field. That's going to get down. It'll go to the fence. Coming around third, Cabrera. He's going to score standing. 1-run game. Grady Sizemore with his first hit of the night. Drives in his 10th of the year. And now he's in scoring position representing the tying run with 2 outs here in the 8th inning.
Well, and the top 2 guys did it. They shut down the top 3, 0 for 8 the first 3 times, but they're able to get through and get to Guerrero with some 2-out lightning. A little sinking fastball away that Grady stays on, plugs the gap with 2 out. Cabrera off and running. So he is going to score easily. Sizemore his 10th ribby, and now the Indians down 1. Tying run is out at second.
Well, let's see if Shin-Soo Choo can follow suit here and bring home that tying run. Low, ball 1. Choo has struck out, grounded out, and walked tonight. It's outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Choo 0 for 7 in the series. Closer John Roush loosening for Minnesota. High 3-0. Austin Kearns would be next.
You know, here, if he's going to pitch around Chu and maybe not pitch to him with Kearns on deck who's hot, does he go to his closer for a 4-out save?
I don't know if he'd be ready in time. It looked like he just got up and started
did he
throwing.
Just get up? Okay, I didn't know. Did not know.
Strike to the outside corner, 3-1.
Well, you know how they can stall.
That's true, and a closer usually doesn't take him a whole lot of time
10,
to
12
get ready.
pitches. You know, he's been out in that bullpen. It shouldn't take him a long time. He'll be ready.
3-1 pitch fouled out of play.
See, that's good. Chu's ready. You can't expect this guy's going to pitch around you. He's going to go at you with his best pitches and make you hit his pitch, even if he falls behind. But Chu with a very good eye.
Well, here we go now. Tying run at second base, 2 down, last of the 8th.
And he doesn't really have to give in. He can throw an off-speed pitch or a breaking ball with first base open, and that's what Butera wants to talk to him about. The young catcher wants to go out to the pitcher that's been around and been throwing very well to get on the same page and see how this is a very big out in this ball game. Huge out.
Ron Gardenhire.
He's got cotton mouth. He knows.
Yeah, this is a little dicey right now. Twins lead by a run, but the Tribe threatening here. Payoff pitch. Line drive, center field, dropping. It's down. Sizemore around third. Here comes the throw to the plate, and he is safe. The Indians have tied the game on a 2-out RBI single by Shin-Soo Choo.
Well, down in the count, they went at Chu, and Chu fisted one into center field. A new ball game, all coming with 2 outs. Spans throw home. Grady with too much speed. That's a great thing when you have a guy on second base that you know can score with 2 outs. He's off and running. You don't have to worry about sending him. He's gone.
And I tell you what else turns out great for the Indians. The throw to the plate allows the go-ahead run to move into scoring position.
That's exactly right, on the throw. It sure does. Another base hit, and they can have the lead.
Austin Kearns 1 for 3 tonight. Steps in. Outside, ball 1. So 3 straight hits for the top 3 hitters who had been held hitless going into this 8th inning. And they deliver the tying runs for the Tribe as Rick Anderson, the pitching coach, goes out to the mound. Well, no sense in bringing in your closer now.
Oh, you can't now. No, he's just going to sit down. I thought if they had the chance, but they came back. And, you know, I figured he was going to go at Chu with his best pitch or a breaking ball. Mayhey's going to get up and start throwing because now Roush is going to be shut down. Unless they can score in the 9th, he'll just be standing around. But they chose to pitch to him, you know, and he didn't hit it hard. But the ball was elevated a little bit, so he was able to get enough. And Chu was it. Now people could say he could have walked him. You don't walk him, you go at him. But Chu got the big base hit, man. It counted. 2 outs, 3 straight 2-out hits.
Now can Austin Kearns deliver one more?
You know, the good thing is it got Justin Masterson off the hook.
That's
How about
a good
that?
point.
You know what I mean? Finally, the offense shows up, and the kid pitched too well to take a loss tonight. Well, he's not going to take that loss tonight, so good for him. Now he's hoping that they can come around and get a win.
The 1-1 pitch fouled over toward the Indians' dugout. Maybe in his most private moment, Justin Masterson would complain about a lack of support, but never once.
We'll never hear it.
Never once will you hear him complain about it. One-two pitch coming to Kearns. Got a piece of it to stay alive. Chris Perez warming in the Tribe bullpen. Looks like he'll come on to work the 9th. Question is, will it be a save situation or will he be trying to hold a tie? The 1-2 came up and in. Dusted him back. Evens the count.
A good pitch when that guy's fouling off your sliders down and away. You're saying, okay, I'm going to back you up a little bit, move you out of that toe hold. And now we'll see if you want to dive out over the plate. Not a bad pitch. See if he comes back with that breaking ball away and looks for the strikeout.
He does. Kearns.
Well, it looked like a heater.
Yeah, you're right. It was a fastball. Fastball away, but Kearns
he was
able
up.
to fight
yeah,
it off.
That's exactly right. That's what you usually look for after they dust you down up and in, is that breaking ball away. That was the high hard one outside.
Look for low and away, but be aware of in your ear.
That's easier said than done.
2 down on the 2-2 pitch. A slow chopper.
Another
foul.
breaking ball.
It was a pretty good battle here.
It's an excellent battle. He got the first 2 guys with no problem. Ground ball the third, a punch out. And then Cabrera got the single, and at the top of the order finally did something. Those 3 guys that hadn't done nothing all night long come in for 2 runs, and they tie the game up.
Guerrero's 2-2 pitch. Kearns with a ground ball, just fouled
baby,
on
he got
the
himself
third
a hanger.
baseline.
Got himself a hanger. And that could have been fouled by about a couple of feet. There's a good look at it. Hits the line, yeah, 4 feet.
Yeah. An 8-pitch at bat. 5 times Kearns has fouled one off. The Tennessee native looking to drive a nail into the Twins right here. The 2-2. High pop foul out of play.
He's working him. That's a great at bat. If we can get a base hit here, it'll make that the manager and that offense look weak, won't it? And with the 2 out Lightning and getting back and getting that bullpen, just what we were talking about before all this took place. Guerrero, 30 pitches in the inning.
Taking a long time. Now he's ready. And the 2-2 to Kearns. Check swing into the glove of Morneau, and the inning is over. But the Indians come back with 2 to tie it. We'll go to the 9th, 4-4. Back here at Progressive Field, tied 4-4. And we go to the 9th inning with Chris Perez coming on to pitch for the Tribe. 10th time this year. No wins, a loss, ERA 4.05. Not a safe situation in a tie game, obviously. And he's walked 6, struck out 3 in 6 2/3. That is definitely a bit of a concern with Perez. Comes right at J.J. Hardy with the first pitch strike. And a strike called 0-2. Hardy singled back in the 4th tonight. He's 1 for 3. Low and away. Wouldn't chase after. Popped him up. Right in front of the plate. Who's going to grab it?
Yeah, Chris, get out of the way.
Johnny calls for it. Peralta has it, 1 down. Sunday night on STO, join Bruce Drennan for a prime time edition of All Bets Are Off at 7 o'clock. Then at 9, golf pro Jimmy Hanlon gets you up to date on the PGA Tour while taking calls and emails. Listen to Jimmy as he helps you take strokes off your golf score. And maybe Tiger Woods should call in and talk to Jimmy.
I think he might.
All bets are off in the Golf Zone with Jimmy Hanlon Sunday night starting at 7 right here on STO.
If not, I may have to call into Jimmy. I haven't played golf in a while.
When was the last time Tiger
missed a cut?
Entered a tournament and didn't make a cut like that?
I don't know, but it's only I think 14 times or something like that. 79. He's up in your range now.
Not even close. He'd have to have a really bad day to get in my neighborhood.
If you get the burner irons, I don't know about that.
Butera, soft liner, dropping in a hurry, coming hard as Chu. He dives, and he makes the catch. A terrific sliding grab by Shin-Soo Choo.
Very nice. Coming on the slide. He wasn't going to go head first. He's able to make the sliding catch. He had a long way to come, but it's a good thing he's left-handed. Watch where that ball's at. Right on the left side. Easier play for him that way. Would have been a much tougher play if he was right-handed.
He really would have had to dive for it.
He would have had. Yes, yeah. He would have. He would have had to dive to the backhand side. So it's a good thing he was left-handed. They make the play, 2 outs.
Now Nick Punto 0 for 3. Fouls the first pitch right back. Chris Perez lets it fly, and Punto shoots it back off the mask of Marson. He's going to take a few moments to shake the cobwebs loose. This is an umpire's courtesy. He'll go out to the mound and stall a little bit.
Yeah, that's a bell ringer right there. Saturday night at the fights. Taking a shot in the old jaw. Look at him, he's checking it.
Saw that in my son's Little League game today. Poor catcher. Yeah, he took one right off the mask square.
Did he go down?
The kid never moved. He took his mask off. He sat there for a little bit and then gave a big smile, and everybody knew he was okay.
Oh, okay. I thought he was going to say, Daddy, I quit.
As Drupal Cabrera will throw out Punto, and the Twins go 1-2-3. A good inning of work for Chris Perez. Bottom of the 9th, straight ahead. bottom of the ninth. And in the bottom of the ninth for the Tribe, it will be Pronk, Peralta, and Branyan. And now on to pitch the left-hander Ron Mayhay, the venerable lefty.
Well, funny because all these guys pitched last night. I mean, everybody
it's the
we
same
talked
rotation.
About, same rotation, a little different. Dunsing went, Guerrero went, now Mayhay. Dunsing, Guerrero, Mayhay, absolutely. But what a way. This could be a nice night for the Indians to get a bottom of the ninth walk-off win here at home to get the little home field magic going. They were able to put 2 on the board in the bottom half of the 8th.
Hafner 0 for 3 as Ron Mayhay delivers inside ball 1.
Cleveland left-handers today, remember I told you earlier they didn't have any hits. They started off 0 for 14. Well, top 3 guys, they were 3 for 3.
Hafner swinging for the downs, came up empty on the change of pace, 1-1. Ron Mayhay, way back when, a converted outfielder. Outside. Originally part of the Boston Red Sox organization.
Way back in the day, huh?
Yeah. He was drafted in 1991. Spent his first couple of years as an outfielder and then converted to a pitcher. 2-1 delivery. And a fastball strike. 2-2 the count. Johnny Peralta waits on deck. He homered earlier in the game. Ground ball left side, backhanded by Hardy. And a good strong throw to get Hafner one away. Let's take a look at our player of the game, Justin Masterson. Rocky start, but man, did he finish strong.
Yeah, his best outing of the year by far, although he did give up 10 hits. A couple solo home runs, 7 punch-outs, 1 walk. In command, ahead of a lot of the hitters tonight.
Now Johnny Peralta, 1 out of 3 with a home run back in the second inning. It's outside, 1-0. Two balls in, no strikes. Ground ball, third base, behind the bag, grabbed by Punto, and another good throw. Although Morneau had to slide off the bag to grab it and make the tag. 2 down.
Well, you take away the double, man. No doubles. That's why they're playing them on the line. And what's Peralta do? It's that ball right over the bag. Looked like it got a piece of the back of the bag. The long throw by Punto brings. Didn't look like Morneau had to come off, but he does to tag Peralta for 2 outs.
Russell Branyan 0 for 3 with 2 down on the bases empty, bottom of the ninth. Swung on and missed. He took a big rip, came up empty. When was the last time you had 4 part-time actors on the field at one time? Orlando Hudson had a little cameo in a music video. J.J. Hardy, the Twins shortstop, did a soap opera. Steve Smith, the Indians' third base coach, has been an extra in a number of movies. And Ron Mayhay had a 4-segment stint on All My Children.
I have no idea. How'd you find
That's
that
the goofy
out?
stuff I think
When
about.
you read those, I'll tell
tie
you.
game, ninth inning.
Yeah, right. When do you buy those magazines that are sitting at the grocery store before you check out?
Team beat.
Yeah. You kidding me?
Well, Steve
Soap
Smith,
opera journal.
With Steve Smith, of course, grew up in California, and he was friends with Kurt Russell, and so he did some extra acting. He told me I'm the worst extra actor in the history of acting. Russell Branyan, soft single to left, and the Indians have a 2-out base runner. That's the winning run at first here in the last half of the ninth.
There you go. Take that ball down and away and flip it to left.
Rod Gardenhire.
Yes, indeed.
He's going to make a move here, I would imagine, with a right-handed hitting Mark Grudzielanek coming to the plate. Or he just wants to talk things over. Nope, he's made the move. We got a timeout. Bottom of the ninth. Tie game. Indians winning run at first base when we come back. Well, Alex Burnett, like all rookie pitchers, has to take the backpack to the bullpen before games. Usually it's loaded up with candy and seeds.
Out in L.A. when they won 3 out of 4, I thought he sat out on the rally monkey. He does.
He brings the rally monkey with him.
Well, that's right. And you're right. It's filled with gum. And
it's actually perfect because he's from Anaheim, California.
Yeah. Well, a rookie just 22 years old. Actually started last year in A-ball. Made it up to Double-A, was optioned, and then when Chad Condrey was put on the DL, got called to the big leagues. Or Clay Condrey, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think he's even spent a day pitching at Triple-A.
Well, we've seen pitchers can make that jump from Double-A.
Mark Grudzielanek. 1 out of 3 tonight. Singled and scored back in the third. Two balls, no strikes. High fly ball, routine in left field for Delman Young. And we've got extra innings tonight. We're tied at 4. will go overtime to determine
Yes,
a
they
winner
will.
here tonight.
Twins are 2-0 in extra innings. The Indians 1-1.
Aaron Laffey will come on in what really should be an ideal spot for him now, because he's a guy who can give you some length, and when you get into extra innings, you know, if he can give you, hopefully he doesn't take that many innings, but he could possibly give you 2 or 3. So many times you get into a game, if you've already used up a lot of your bullpen, you get in a tight spot if you're the manager.
Well, you got a quick turnaround. You got a day game tomorrow. So both bullpens are going to be the same. They've used 3 guys 2 days in a row. He's coming on to face the left-handers for the most part in this Minnesota Twins lineup. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Laffey make his first major league start against the Twins in Minnesota on that Saturday? Yes, he did.
Fastball strike to Denard Span. Span 2 for 8 now in the series. Two balls, 2 strikes. You know, before that previous pitch, he had a nice tight shot of Span. You could see him. He's one of those guys who will talk to himself in the box right before the pitch was coming. Almost looked like he was mouthing the words fastball. In other words, he was probably telling himself something to.
Well, nobody can see in that box.
Rounded foul. Yeah, the pitcher can't tell what you're saying, right?
No. You're sitting in there just talking to yourself, the catcher. I don't know if he could hear him or if it's vocal or, you know.
He doesn't do it until here, right before the pitcher. Here he goes.
Fastball, fastball. Okay. What's he do if he gets a breaking ball?
Well, he got the fastball and lined it for a base hit.
Tell you what, this kid's like Kreskin if he knows what's coming. Another leadoff hitter aboard, so he's a good leadoff hitter. This kid's going to be around a long time. Just stayed on that fastball the other way, drove it over the head of Cabrera at short. They now have 11 hits for Span. That is his 3rd of the evening.
The Twins are banking on him being around for a long time. He signed a 5-year extension with a 6th-year option in spring training.
Yeah, they locked him in early. You know, you talk about the big money they gave Mauer. I mean, Joe Mauer. Well, this kid they lock in. I mean, a kid that came from within that farm system. They want to keep guys around.
Blackburn got an extension deal in spring training. Hudson was
their
looking for a
payroll
bunch.
shot up to what, about $95 million did the Twins, who used to be down there, you know, at the bottom all the time, but moving into that new ballpark helped, you know, give them a little extra cash to spend.
Hudson 1 out of 4 tonight. Now, Denard Span has 6 stolen bases on the year. But with the left-hander Laffey, they may be inclined to take the sacrifice route. Hudson bunts it up the line. Into foul ground it goes. One ball and 1 strike. Hudson has 1 sacrifice so far this year. Aaron Laffey ready now with a 1-1. And a bunt in the air. Diving stop by Laffey. They'll have a double play.
Beautifully done.
Oh, what an athletic play by Aaron Laffey off the hill. And, Rick, we know he's been a good pitcher in terms of being able to field his position, but that was something else.
Yeah, it really was. It was good hustle, and you know what? That ball's in the air. He was thinking catching it as soon as he sees it go up in the air. And he's just going to take the easy flip and downright out of trouble right there. Nice play, a little too hard by Hudson. The easy flip, double play, nobody on now. Help your cause. Field your position. As a matter of fact, what were the Indians doing today before the game? PFP. Or before batting practice. They were out there, pitchers doing pickoffs, were running the plays like that, so opportunity paid off.
Not many opportunities for a pitcher to get his uniform dirty. But Aaron Laffey helps himself and the cause here in the 10th with a sensational defensive gem. And we'll go to the bottom of the 10th. Still tied at 4. Night in downtown Cleveland. 4-4 our score. Bottom of the 10th inning. And for the Indians, it will be Lou Marson, Asdrubal Cabrera, and Grady Sizemore. Alex Burnett, who got the last out in the bottom of the ninth, who will stay on to work the 10th. Fastball strike to Lou Marson. 22-year-old Alex Burnett, born in Anaheim, California, was a 12th round pick of the Twins back in '05 out of Ocean View High School in Huntington Beach, California. That just sounds like a really nice place. 1-1 pitch. He helped lead his team to 3 straight conference titles when Burnett was in high school. A little bit low, not by much. 2-2.
Yeah, good pitch down, just a little out of the strike zone.
Able to hold up. Full count.
You know, and usually when you're young, like I said, he started an A-ball last year. That's usually what keeps you from getting up and going up is the command of, you know, breaking balls and off-speed secondary pitches.
Outside, ball 4, and the Indians get their leadoff man aboard here in the 10th inning. And that will bring Asdrubal Cabrera to the plate. Now let's see if the Indians turn to the bunt.
Oh,
Cabrera
yes.
squares, and the pitch is low, ball one.
Yeah, they will definitely. You have to. You're at home. You got to move that runner up. You're coming into the veterans and the hitters in your lineup. You got to move them over. Cabrera, a good bunter. Attaboy, you just bunt strikes. And now, young man's having a tough time finding the strike zone.
2 balls, no strikes.
You know, and as we talked in the past, too, when you have young hitters up there and this situation occurs, you know, sometimes a manager will take it off and start the runner and try a hit and run. You know, when you have a 2-0 count, I always felt that the younger hitters, let them make, once you put the bunt on, keep it on. Until you know that guy that can put the ball in play and he's solid and he's going to hit the ball on the ground. Stay with theirs. Wally Bell trying to move that thing along.
Well, the other thing, too, I was thinking about, Rick, and fans may be wondering, you got Lou Marson at first base. Now, he is a catcher, but he runs better than the average catcher. On the bench, you don't really have a whole lot. You got Matt Laporta, you got Andy Marte, you got your other catcher, Mike Redmond.
And Valbuena.
And Luis Valbuena.
Yeah, nobody that can run.
Cabrera bunts it.
Beautiful.
Beautifully done.
Yep.
Burnett's throw to first gets Cabrera. Sacrifice goes 1-4.
No, that's the job right there. Get it done. Good bunt. You know what? You don't worry about it. Marson runs good enough to bunt him over. It's not like he's a truck or he's like Jim Thome right now, who one speed. You can see where Cabrera running inside that line. If he gets hit with the baseball as they throw down, he would be automatically out. He's got to get inside that box, although you try and deflect it. Well, you can see Valbuena running a little bit in that dugout. Maybe he is. Maybe he is getting loose a little bit. We'll see.
Brady Sizemore delivered a run with an RBI double in the 8th. Strike to the outside corner. Alex Burnett's 0-1 pitch. Grady with a line drive single into center field. Span charging, coming around third. They're going to wave him home. Marson to the plate, the throw, the slide, the tag, and he is out at the plate.
What a great throw by Span. I mean, and they sent him. You have to. Game on the line. And you just had nobody faster to pinch run for the guy. It's a great throw. Denard Span, one hop. Grady gets the base hit you're looking for. Look at Span. He goes all the way out and one hop. Beautiful. You tip your cap. What a great throw. And Butera holds on. Come on, he's saying. There's Smith, but he held on. He needed a half a step more. Goes to show you the speed and something like that. It was a great throw.
Well, the Twins aren't going to take another chance on Shin-Soo Choo beating them, as Sizemore was able to get the second on the throw home. So they will intentionally walk Shin-Soo Choo with 2 down. We've had 2 tremendous defensive plays here in the 10th inning. One turned in by Aaron Laffey in the top of the 10th, and a game saver by Denard Span and Drew Butera.
That one right there, boy. That's game ending, man. That's do or die. There's no tomorrow. You either make a good throw, a perfect throw, one hopper, or the game's over, and he did. Well, they still have another opportunity, though. Austin Kearns with a chance now.
All right, so it'll be Austin Kearns with the game on the line. One more look.
There's
Larson got a good...
Lou. Oh, there. He didn't get a jump.
That's what cost him a little bit, huh?
That cost him. That's exactly right. He got a terrible read. I didn't see that off the bat. He was looking back, That's what cost him. There's no need. I mean, your head's got to be down. You got to get a read on that ball. You know it's a base hit. He thought Span was going to catch it, and it cost him.
Austin Kearns takes a strike over the inside corner. Missed outside with it, 1-1. The last time somebody walked Shin-Soo Choo to get to Austin Kearns, Kearns burned the the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Well, yeah, he sure did. You're right. That was a double down the right field line, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now he's getting the count in his favor where he can get a little more discipline there, not having to swing or expand. He can sit and relax and look in his zone.
Why not another 2-out hit for a run score here?
Well, I guarantee Grady will be off and running on the crack of the bat.
2-1 pitch, fouled out of play. Two on, 2 out, last of the 10th, tied at 4. Grady Sizemore, the winning run at second base. And the 2-2 to Kearns. Swung on and missed, will go to the 11th. Still tied at 4. Jim Thome to face Aaron Laffey. Breaking ball missed inside. Tribe shifts 3 on the right side for Morneau. There's a high pop. Shin-Soo Choo. 1 away. You were talking about, Rick, home runs are balls that you actually mishit just a little bit.
Yeah.
You get them under. There's a ball where Justin Morneau mishit it just a little bit.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that ball might have been.
Well, he did. You get
way
under it,
out of here.
and, you know, he's a guy that really likes to extend his arm. He hit line drives, you know, but he can hit them. He hit that ball to 444 to straightaway center yesterday, and that was a pitch down. It was like a line drive.
Somebody once told me 1/16 of an inch, the difference between a home run and a pop-up.
Probably is.
Good pitch for a strike to Kadire. 1-1.
You know, you're talking about a 16th of an inch. It's something that's going about 90 miles an hour and moving, so it's pretty tough to. You have to say you're lucky.
Outside with it. 2 balls and a strike. Three and 1 the count. With Jim Thome waiting on deck. High ball 4. And the Twins get the go-ahead run aboard here in the 11th inning. And Jim Thome will be the batter. 1 on, 1 out. Crowd reacting to the Cavaliers score. They've taken a 1-point lead over the Celtics after 3 quarters of play. Game 1 of the second round of the NBA playoffs. Tim Belcher going to pay a visit.
This place will be hopping down here in about 45 minutes, won't it? We could still be playing.
Looks like Indians bullpen is going to get busy. Jamie Wright will start to loosen.
Go out there and just stall for a little time, that's all. He was up earlier pitching, you know, in about the 8th inning, I believe. Scott Radinsky standing down there, new bullpen coach this year.
Tim Belcher back to the dugout. Jim Thome, 1 out of 4 tonight. He hit a sky-high pop on the left side of the infield his last time up. Laffey misses for ball 1. Spins him out of there. 2 balls, no strikes. Don't forget, you can get your Sports Time Ohio merchandise now at stostuff.com. Pick up the new All Bets Are Off talking chip clip, bottle opener, t-shirts, hats, and more. STO gear only at stostuff.com. Two balls and a strike to count here on Thome. In the 11th, Twins go ahead run at first base. That's Michael Kadire. Strike called, evens the count 2-2. J.J. Hardy on deck. Laffey deals, and Thome would not chase after it. Full count.
They may make a token throw to first base just to see if Kadire will take off on first movement, which I doubt. They're not going to run. Jimmy swings through too many.
And that's ball 4. He's walked 2 in a row here, and now you got trouble. 2 on, 1 out. And J.J. Hardy to the plate. We've got a pitching change. Timeout here at Progressive Field, tied at 4 in the 11th. We're in the 11th inning. Minnesota has 2 on, 1 out. J.J. Hardy will be the batter, and the new Indians pitcher is Jamie Wright.
Wright coming on for the 8th time. I go back, and I'm having to think in the 90s. There was a game that the Minnesota Twins played here against the Indians, and it was an extra inning game. It was about a 6-hour and 36-minute game, but it was the best extra inning game because there was things happening. You know, guys were getting thrown out. There were opportunities galore, but nothing ever happened. And I always remember that game because it was such a good game through extra innings. And this has been a very good game. This has been an entertaining game. Teams have had opportunities.
Alexi Casilla pinch running.
Well, he's at first base, so you don't worry about him. You've got to see if Wright, he's looking for that ground ball, trying to get a double play and get out of the inning.
Jamie Wright deals. And a strike. This is a first Minnesota at bat with a runner in scoring position since the 3rd inning.
Yeah. Well, they hit the solo home run. That's their only other run. You know, they have had a few walks, just a couple of hits sprinkled in there.
And in that 3rd inning, it was this spot in the order. At that point, it was Jim Thome, and he hit into a double play.
Hurry.
Peralta on the move, can't get him. Bases loaded. Tough break there.
Well, there's not much you can do. He topped it. It's like a swinging bunt. Peralta realized I got to get rid of it. But you've got the guy on second base. And Brandon, you know, he rounded third thinking home. Kadire did. So as a first baseman, if you think it's going to be close, you got to come off the bag if you're not going to get the out, which he does. See, that's a tough play on the run for Johnny. Brandon came off and looked that guy back. Now bases loaded, 1 out. Middle of the infield will play for the double play. Corners will, depending on how hard it's hit, could come home.
Drew Butera has flied to center, flied to right in each of his last 2 at-bats.
Young hitter.
He'd love to do that here and get at least the go-ahead run home.
You wouldn't feel a squeeze here, would you?
With Ron Gardenhire, I wouldn't put it past
Well,
him.
I know, but that's a thing you rarely see. And how many times do you think this kid has bunted in the minor leagues? That's the only thing. Give him an opportunity to try and hit that sac fly. As a matter of fact, they lead the league in sacrifice flies with 10. This would be a good pitch to do it.
I'd be more worried about the squeeze if, say, Orlando Hudson was at the plate.
Yeah.
But you're right.
I'd be more worried about a squeeze if we were playing the Angels. Yeah, that's the thing. You don't see it much anymore, but when you do, it's a beautiful. The last 2 squeeze plays in this ballpark came off the bat of Omar Vizquel.
We haven't had one since then?
The last 2 years.
1-1 pitch. Oh, I thought you meant you were talking.
Not for the Indians, no, against us. He did it when he was with Texas, and he did it the year before that. When it was the Giants came and played here. He did it when he was with the Giants, and he did it again with Texas.
Yeah. 2-1 pitch. Double play ball. Cabrera to Grudzlonic to Branyan. Out of the inning. Jamie Wright pulls the rabbit out of the hat, and the Twins can't take advantage of the bases loaded situation. 4-4, bottom of the 11th inning, thanks to that double play ball induced by Jamie Wright to get out of the jam. And for the Tribe, it will be Travis Hafner, Johnny Peralta, and Russell Branyan. And Alex Burnett, who has worked an inning and a third of scoreless baseball, will stay on. It was a little rocky for him in the 10th as the Indians had the potential game-winning run cut down at the plate on a brilliant throw by Bernard Span and a better tag on the other end by Drew Butera. Travis Hafner 0 for 4 tonight. He has tapped back to the mound, flied to center, fouled out, and grounded to short.
Well, you know, both teams have had opportunities.
The 0-1 pitch. It's really been an entertaining baseball game.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. It is. It's a good baseball game.
One pitch. High and wide.
You know, they send this young man out there again. You know, young kid, he got through it. Little help from his center fielder out in Bernard Span last inning.
After in a good count here. 2-1 pitch. 3 balls and a strike.
You know, and a lot of times, you know, most people sit down there, you see extra innings, you get in here, and you're always thinking, oh, one swing home run. You know, that mentality can't be there. You got to stay within yourself. You got to play the little ball, get base runners, keep applying the pressure. There's
ball
a base
4,
runner.
And the Indians get their leadoff man aboard for the 2nd inning in a row. Now, if you're wondering about the Twins bullpen and who remains, they've got their closer, John Roush. They've got Jesse Crane, who also worked in last night's game.
Right.
And then Pat Neshek, who's coming back from elbow surgery. And I think they've been pretty careful with how they use him.
They want to go send someone out to talk to him. We got Valbuena pinch running now for Hafner. See, now, yeah, they're trying to bide a little time, so they're going to get somebody up throwing. And just see what happens in this situation. And they're thinking, well, now we've seen Peralta bunt. You know, last year I've seen Johnny turn around and do a couple bunts. I don't know if they're going to do it in this situation, because what happens if you do? If you give up Peralta's bat, you got Branyan up next. They can keep this kid. They walk Branyan. You got first and second. Now you got Gruzelanek and Marson, your 8 and 9 hitters, both right-handers. So, you know, let's see what Manny Acta wants to do.
Peralta checks on a ball down low.
I didn't think so. Johnny's swinging the bat much better now, or has been in the last 4 or 5 games. He wants Johnny to find a gap out there and watch little Valbuena run.
The 1-0 pitch. Ground ball to third. Foul ball by inches. That would have been a double play ball.
I'm glad it was foul, because, you know, Punto was on the line his last time up.
Yep.
I mean, he's not going to get a ball down there. He'd be better off getting jammed, hitting one between short and third. They're playing it, no doubles.
Johnny Peralta got the Indians on the board with their first run of the game in the 2nd inning with a solo homer. Now trying to end it, potentially, here in the 11th. Valbuena back with a dive. Twins outfield deep and around toward left, playing Peralta to pull. In the dirt, and a good smother job by Butera.
Well, we saw the arm of Butera earlier in the ball game. He's got an excellent arm and a quick release. He threw out Chu at second base, and I mean, he threw a laser beam right there. So you don't think about running here in this situation when you don't have really any base stealers right here. Or Valbuena that's on.
Quick throw over. Valbuena able to get back again.
Outfield playing very deep, trying to cut off any doubles in the gap. Good arm in left with Young. Good arm we saw in center. Good arm in right. Their outfielders are excellent throwers. So
Peralta with a base hit down the left field line. Valbuena around second. On his way to third. He'll be held there. A double for Johnny Peralta.
Beautiful. That's what you were looking for.
Indians at second and third and nobody out.
That's exactly what Maniacta said. Go ahead, Johnny. You're going to swing the bat and hit a double. Except he wanted one in the gap so he could score. So now you got Brandon. You walk the bases loaded, I would assume, and you take it from there. You bring the infield and outfield in. But Johnny hit a rope, man. It was a high sinker. And he drilled it down in the corner, unless it was an off-speed pitch. They get it in. Valbuena to third, Peralta to second. Nobody out. You walk Branyan, and let's go. They got a couple of shots to win this ball game.
4 wide ones to Russell.
The walk started this inning.
And will be interesting to see, Rick, if Ron Gardenhire makes a move. He's got Jesse Crane warming in that bullpen.
I think he will. I think he will bring in the veteran. Won't let this kid in this situation. He'll let him walk him, and I would assume he would. Jesse Crane has been around. He's got a good breaking ball. He can throw it in there and let him take the chances.
Crane looks like he's ready to go.
He is. He's ready to go, too.
So
that guy
Ron Gardenhire.
Yeah. He's in the starting block. He looks like a sprinter.
So ball 4 to Brandon. Here comes Gardenhire.
Yes, indeed. Let's go.
And we've got a timeout in the bottom of the 11th. Bases loaded, nobody out for the Tribe when we come back. Mark Grudzelanek will be the batter, and he'll be facing Jesse Crane on for the 10th time this year. No wins or losses. ERA 6.55. In 11 innings, he's walked 2, struck out 9. Last night, Jesse Crane worked an inning, gave up a leadoff single, then got a strikeout and a double play ball to get out of that inning.
Well, you talk about coming into a boiling pot of hot water. With no room for error here because you are in the bottom half of the 11th. You have the bases loaded. You've got Valbuena. You've got Peralta at first, and you've got Branyan over at first. So there's no room for mistakes here. The infield's got to come in. The outfield's got to come in. But remember, the outfielders have all outfielders have very good throwing arms.
Mm-hmm.
So anything shallow, I don't think they'll send them with nobody out. So Grizzleonic, he's got to stay on a baseball, and, you know, he basically tries to go the other way. I can see Kadire out there getting his arm loose right now.
Grizzleonic 1 for 4 tonight. He singled back in the third. Flied to left his last time up. Taps it foul right at the plate.
Yeah, he wasn't going to spot him anything, was he? He's looking for that first pitch. And with the infield in, man, you want to try and get a ball you can hit in the air. And hopefully it's not at one of the infielders, because they'll come home with it.
The 0-1. Called a strike in the count quickly, 0-2. Mark Grudzielanek looking for that first career knock against Crane. Infield in, outfield shallow. Crane taking too much time now. He wants to talk to Butera. Ron Gardenhire's club with a 15-8 record. Tigers won earlier. They're 15-10, nipping at their heels. Matty Acta's club hoping to pick up a full game on the Central Division leader with a win here. 0-2 the count on Grudzielanek. Little soft flare, shallow left. Young coming hard. He makes the running catch in the bag. Stay loaded.
That's exactly why you bring the outfielders in, because that infield is in. And any play like that, he got a good jump on the ball. Anything over your head, you're going to lose anyway. So you come in, he makes a nice running catch. Cannot advance. Now it's up to Lou Marson. He jammed him. Got inside on the trademark. Tried to fight it off. Should have got jammed a little bit more. But Young got a good jump on that ball.
Yeah, if he's at normal depth, he has no chance to make that play.
Yeah, with nobody out, that's why the outfielders have to come in too, just for that play right there.
Lou Marson steps in, bases loaded, 1 out, takes a strike. Infield partway in. The middle infielders back up to where they can turn a double play on a ground ball.
On a one hop, if it's hit hard, they'll go for 2. You know, anything slow where they have to charge, they're coming home.
Winning run at third. The 0-1. Blew it by him. 96 miles an hour. He reached back for a little something extra.
Well, started him off breaking ball. Now a fastball, but you have got to find a way to put it in play.
Up high with it, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Breaking ball at third base, heads up. If it's in the dirt, he may see the slider. Crane has a good one.
The pitch. Checked, it was outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Pretty good fastball he's got right now, too.
I think that would qualify as electric.
96, yeah.
He is really amped up. Bases loaded, 1 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lou Marson trying to be the hero. He has 2 hits already on the night. And he strikes out to leave him loaded, 2 down. And that'll leave it up to Asdrubal Cabrera. Now that infield will back up to normal
now
depth.
He can go back to normal. Crane so far has come out and done a beautiful job. Throws that ball right by Marson. This inning couldn't be set up any better than the way the Indians had it. Bases loaded, nobody out. So now it's going to, hey, that's been their thing. About 50% of their runs scoring with 2 outs. They need another one here.
Asdrubal Cabrera has 1 hit tonight. high, ball one. Laid down a sacrifice bunt in his last trip to the plate. And time called once again.
Well, a young catcher, again, wants to get on the same page, and you don't blame him.
Ron Gardenhire nervously watching this 11th inning. But Jesse Crane has them in position to push this to the 12th. The 1-0. Check swing foul out of play.
Well, you hate to give a strike like that on the check swing. You're thinking about it, and he didn't want to, but it goes off the bat, evens the count.
Jesse Crane, his 11th pitch of the inning, is lined toward right field. Base hit, Indians win it. Valbuena scores as Drupal Cabrera.
Beautiful.
With a game winner. And in 11 innings, the Cleveland Indians beat the Minnesota Twins 5-4.
What a big base hit there by Cabrera, huh?
And again, it's the 2-out hit that
indeed
delivers the Indians tonight.
Boy, oh boy, what a good ball game tonight was. Entertaining. And they finally come through with that clutch hit. 2 in the bottom of the 8th, 1 here in the 11th to go home winners.
Tribe trailed 3-0 after 2 innings, or going into the bottom of the 2nd inning tonight. But they're able to come back and win it in 11 innings. 5-4 the final score. They even the series at a game apiece thanks to Asdrubal Cabrera's game-winning hit. Today's play of the game brought to you by Key Bank, banking home of your Cleveland Indians. Not much doubt about that one.
Oh, sirree. He put a good swing on it. And you know what? Right man in the right spot. He wanted that opportunity. He picked up his teammates, and rightfully so. He's going to get a little beating going on right there. That's going to be our Key Bank play of the game.
41 of the Indians' 82 runs this year have been scored with 2 out. A 50-50 split. Stay tuned. We'll come back and wrap it all up with the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show next.